This podcast contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Gays and ghosts.
Yes.
Welcome back. Yes. This is episode 7 of Gays and Ghosts. Welcome.
Yes.
And today we have
a special guest.
Probably the specialiest special guest. Because it's my husband. Yes. Welcome, Petros.
Hello, everyone.
To Gays and Ghosts.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for being here.
Honor to be here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for joining us tonight. So Petros is going to join us in our Apparitional Accounts segment today. It's our guest segment. And he's going to be discussing his experience with the paranormal.
Boogie Oogie.
Ooh, spooky.
Spooky.
Yes. And then we'll also be discussing the Warrens. On
The
tonight's
icons, the
episode.
legends,
the
moments.
Icons, legends, moments. Ed and Lorraine. So
Honestly,
me and
the inspiration for so many scary movies we love to watch.
you know, like our entire horror catalogue is pretty
Literally.
much Ed and Lorraine Warren. So we have both chosen one of their cases to discuss tonight, and we're so excited about
Hopefully
that.
not the same.
I beg to differ.
Oh, really? Because
I
I
don't
went
know.
deep sea diving.
Oh, you did?
Did you?
A little bit.
Yeah. Like a
I
little
tried,
bit.
you know,
Deep sea
like it
diving's
was-
a stretch.
Yeah.
But, I did a little bit.
A little
I
bit
goggled.
of a stretch,
Yeah.
mind boggled. Okay, cute. So let's get right into it then, shall we? Divine. Oh wait, no, the Red Bulls. I always forget the Red
Oh,
Bulls.
silly
Yes,
us.
we always have a
yes.
Red Bull. So today, Arthur and Petros have.
I saw watermelon, and that sparked my interest.
I've
Yeah.
actually never tried this before.
No, 3, 2,
Two.
1.
Ooh.
Oh my god, it went into my fucking
very
eyeball.
I went into my cup on my phone.
Now it's time for Spooky Ookie.
Oh my god, something happened.
What?
Okay, it's normal again. She was like,
Oh, sex demon.
yeah, look. Oh wait, we can't keep that.
No, yeah, we can, it's fine.
We can, okay.
Um,
So it's like, oops.
yes, so play the intro for Spooky Ookie, of course.
Okay.
Divine. Yes, so today we will be discussing
The icons,
the legends,
the moments,
them,
they ate.
pizza.
Wow!
It's Ed and Lorraine Warren. Yes, so, you know, I thought I would dedicate a whole episode to Ed and Lorraine. We quickly touched on
Deservingly
them.
so, though.
Yes, yeah. We had touched on them a few episodes back when you talked about the Conjuring House. Yes, but you go first. So what have you chosen from Ed and Lorraine Warren's case files?
All right, so I went deep sea diving, and I just chose to go with the one that was probably the second thing that came up, which,
Okay.
you know, I just found out more information about them, but it is about our lovely doll,
Annabelle?
Yes. I felt like it was just made sense. Like,
Yeah.
I read, like, a couple of the other ones that they have done, but I feel like this one is the most iconic one, or
I
at
feel like.
least arguably.
Legendary.
Yes,
Legend,
one of
you
the
know?
ones where you're like, anyone would almost know.
Right.
You know, so here's a little information about them. Ed Warren Miney, September 7th. Lorraine Rita Warren, January 31st. She was an Aquarius, you know? Listen, icon. Thank you. She was an icon. American paranormal investigators, authors associated with prominent cases, alleged hauntings, self-taught, self-professed demonologist. Let's just actually talk about that. Like, I would be so upset if my son or daughter came up to me and was like, Dad, you can actually leave. Could you imagine? Hey, Dad, I want to be a demonologist. Annabelle is an alleged haunted Raggedy Ann doll, whose house is now the occult museum where Ed and Lorraine is. She has to be in that like closed off area because she's that strong of like a demon inside that body. Which honestly, why not a Barbie?
She said Raggedy Ann doll. I don't even know if they had Barbies
Like,
back then.
why do you want to be a Raggedy Ann doll?
Who would be scared of a Barbie?
Even more terrifying.
I mean,
a Raggedy Ann, I can see that bitch coming for me. She's Raggedy Ann.
She's Raggedy.
But Barbie? The Barbara? Imagine.
Shapeshifter.
So anyways, Annabelle was moved into their house after hauntings in 1970, and then they made their own design of a Raggedy Ann doll just for scarier purposes for like the movies.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not what it actually looks like. It looks
No.
like a traditional old Raggedy Ann doll. I guess we'll put picture right here.
Yes, we can.
A young girl aged around 7 was found dead after many years of living in a house with just that doll was there. When the doll came into their apartment, Annabelle's spirit was still in the area, and she just tormented the entire place, so they had to call Ed and Lorraine Warren. And then, how old is the doll? The doll was given as a gift to a Hartford nurse in 1970.
Oh.
So whoever gave that nurse that doll had a bone to pick with her for sure. They're like, I'm going to fuck this bitch up.
That's it.
Maybe you didn't give them the medication at the time. So yeah, she is still in that closed off
case, yeah.
because she has to be. Her spirit is like one of the strongest that Ed and Lorraine Warren probably ever dealt with, says Google.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
so
love that.
whoever gave that nurse that Raggedy Ann doll is a real villain. Okay?
They fucked
I
her
don't
up.
know where the fuck that bitch is, but that bitch's family line has to be like cockroaches now. That's all I'm saying. However the universe works, they said, Demon.
Zimon.
Possession.
That's it.
So,
Which one was
thanks
yours?
for sharing about Annabelle
Yes,
today.
absolutely. I feel like that was a good one.
Yes. So today I have chosen the Enfield Poltergeist. So this is the poltergeist from the second Conjuring movie. You know? I think that's probably I think it's one of the most fascinating cases from them. I just think it's really interesting. But I found like a document that has like kind of like the summary of like
breakdown.
the story, the real story, not the Conjuring 2. Yeah. But it says, so in August 1977, the police arrived at 284 Green Street in the North London suburb of Enfield. Peggy Hodge, I don't know how to pronounce it. Hodgson. It's Hodgson.
Her name is Debbie?
Hodgson, it is, yeah. Peggy Hodgson, a single mother of 4, reported that her 2 young daughters, Janet, aged 11, and older sister Margaret, an older sister Margaret, had heard strange knocking. The source of the sound could not be determined. They called in the neighbors, who were also disturbed by what they heard. Out of desperation, they rang the police, one of whom reportedly saw a chair move on its own accord. Fuck.
That's actually trippy.
Goodbye.
Right, but
I know. Next, they turned to the press. Over the next 18 months, stories of increasingly strange phenomena emerged from the house. Furniture was hurled across rooms. There were reports of paranormal whistling, and most unsettling of all, Janet Hodgson was heard to talk with the rasping voice of an old man.
Wow.
no.
Yes.
No.
She was a
Absolutely.
smoker.
Right.
Let's be honest.
I'm lactose
So I do believe
intolerant.
at the end of The Conjuring 2 are the real recordings of the is it Janet?
Maybe, actually. Didn't they give you, like, one of those, like, warnings?
It is, like, so in the credits
Yeah.
of The Conjuring 2, they played the real recordings. Fucking freaky. And, like, so every time we watch the movie late at night and it just, like, ends, I, like, want to die because the
That's
recording plays, and it's
terrifying,
really
dude.
fucking
Imagine
scary.
you're
It's pretty
just
creepy.
living your life and you have to deal with all that shit.
Right. Okay, so it says, why has this story proved so culturally enduring? Enfield is the archetypal, I don't know.
Sure.
Archetypal British haunting, says Stephen Volk, a writer of the iconic 1992 BBC show Ghost Watch, a faux reality TV show which was part inspired by the Enfield poltergeist. In the 1970s, he explains, with films like The Exorcist, horror was beginning to shift into more recognizable domestic spaces in the US. So what really happened? There was something otherworldly going on at 284 Green Street. Other members of the SPR, which I'm not sure what is, were harder to convince, including Anita Gregory, a lecturer in psychology who speculated the presence of gross Playfair and the media was contributing to the situation. It says, eventually events in the house just stopped, but not before Janet spent time in London's Maudsley Psychiatric Hospital. So they sent the bitch crazy.
I'm
So what
sorry.
happened? She got
They
sent to the
fucked her
fucking
up. And she
psych
was
ward.
like,
They were like, there is no such thing as ghosts. You are crazy.
I mean,
are-
but
they-
how long
Into
ago
the
was
bin
this?
we go.
This happened in the 70s. I think it said 1977.
Yeah, they would do the craziest shit in those places too.
I know. It says, while fact checking
he?
The Conjuring 2, we discovered that this part of the movie was to some degree inspired by audio tapes in the real Janet Hodgson case. In the recording, she can be heard conveying a message via an eerie voice, which is supposedly that of Bill Wilkins, a man who died in the living room of the house several years earlier. This is what she says. Just before I died... Oh no, this is in the real recordings. Just before I died, I went blind, said the voice. And then I had a hemorrhage and I fell asleep and died in the chair in the corner downstairs. An interview with Janet Hodgson at the time suggests that the idea of talking in a possessed voice... So that's when she was saying...
So that's what she was saying through the other
Yeah.
person.
Then it says, Janet Hodgson says, I felt used by a force that nobody understands. I really don't like to think about it too much. I'm not sure the poltergeist was truly evil. It was almost as if it wanted to be a part of our family. It didn't want to hurt us. It didn't want to hurt us. It had died there and almost wanted to just be at rest. The only way it could communicate was through me and my sister. And then it says, in exploring the Enfield haunting, we learned that Bill Wilkins' son, Terry, confirmed that he had died in a manner similar to what Janet described when she was possessed.
Bitch, bye.
Confirmed, you know?
Yeah.
So crazy.
For me, please don't communicate through me. What if you're just going like,
I
and
know.
then it's like, oh, he
And
said
so
he
then
doesn't
these
like
two
purple.
fuckheads
I don't
also...
know. Do you know what I mean?
You know?
That's annoying. Like, what if you're just doing stuff? He's like, I have a message. And then you're like,
Slippy slip.
oh my God, not again.
But they also played around with a Ouija board.
You know,
Probably just made it worse. So yeah, they've brought us endless amounts of paranormal activity. Thank you so much, Ed and Lorraine. Rest in peace.
Thank you.
honestly,
Lorraine.
God bless you.
God bless.
Yes. And Lorraine died at a very old age, so
She did. She lived
her
a
life.
good life.
Even
long
79 is,
I mean, that's pretty good.
yeah, you know, but
Legit.
like, at least they like got to live.
Yeah.
So,
No, I love that.
yeah.
So that's it for Spooky
Ookie.
Ookie today.
Boo.
Boo boo.
Yeah,
boo, boo,
so
boo.
yeah, that was a cute one. Honestly, respects to the legends and icons, you know?
You can't go wrong with them.
Go.
Okay, so now it's our second segment of the night.
Apparitional
Accounts. Ooh. And so this is our guest segment of the evening. And today we have the lovely,
The special.
the endearing
The one and only.
Petros.
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello.
So welcome. Petros is my husband.
Nice to meet you all.
Yes, yes. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Pleasure's all mine.
Oh, we love you.
Love you guys.
So Petros is joining us today. He has in his life, as we
Experienced
all,
one or two things.
yes,
you
yeah,
know.
experienced a couple things, as we
Yeah.
all have. So introduce yourself.
Yes,
Petros.
yes.
Let
yes.
everyone know who you are.
Yeah, so, you know, I grew up in a very religious household. And, you know, we believed in God and angels and demons. But, you know, I was just raised just thinking that there was no such thing as ghosts.
Right.
Okay.
Once you die, your soul leaves your body, and that is basically it. It doesn't go anywhere. The last breath you take is your soul that keeps you alive, and then
Right.
it just goes, you know,
Okay.
nowhere. So it was really interesting, you know, growing up, to just never having experiences to just one day.
Having,
all of a
like, the
sudden,
craziest- Yep.
you
Changes
know,
your mind.
you know, you want to not believe in it, but then all of
Right.
a sudden it's happening, and you're like, oh my god. Like I used to watch scary movies and not be scared because I was just like, you know, this is not real.
Right,
It doesn't
yeah.
exist.
That's what helps.
Like
you,
I
kinda
literally
deal.
never feared the dead, never, you know, feared any ghosts or any of that. But then I had this experience, and I used to work with this girl, and she was a tarot card reader. Like
Oh,
she
bitch.
would, you know,
Uh-huh.
reveal your future
Yeah.
and all this stuff. And my mom used to always tell me growing up to like stay away from stuff like that.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you know, she tried to corner me a few times. And let me read your cards. No, it's okay. Another time. Like, I never actually told
Sit down,
her,
the
like,
spirits are talking.
I don't want it. So then one day, it was at a gathering, and she started reading everybody else's cards, and I was just the lucky one to sit across from her. And she was like, I'm going to read your cards.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, God. I was actually kind of tipsy, so I didn't care. But, you know,
Like,
I always
wow.
have that, like, in the back of my mind, just like, oh, my God, my mom. I've honestly never had, like, an experience like this, so I wasn't even sure what she was doing.
You're like, whatever.
It was just a bunch of different, like, figures on the card, and she was just telling me, like, each card had this meaning behind it.
Yeah.
So anyways, she said some stuff. I didn't even pay attention to it, but some of the stuff actually was interesting because she told me, like, there's this woman in your life that's going to kind of cut ties with you, and she's a major... ow, I just got a leg cramp. Oh my God.
I was like...
That hurt.
What the fuck?
Because-
That's fucking
Demon!
Yeah, so she said the card that she pulled out, she was saying that, like, this woman figure in your life who is a major role, you know, she plays a major role in your life. She's gonna cut ties with you.
Okay.
She had a sword in her hand. She told me a bunch of other stuff too, and it wasn't anything good.
Oh.
Like, all I
shit.
kept hearing was like,
Negative.
you know, yeah, you're gonna lose this and you're gonna lose that, but you're gonna conquer this and you're gonna conquer that, and like, at that moment, I did not know what was
God, that was
happening, and I
terrifying.
was just like, whatever, ha 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 ha, like,
Right.
talking with my friends and stuff. Everyone's there. Didn't make anything of it.
Right. You
I
didn't
went
put too much
home
thought
that
in it.
night and went to bed just like any other night, and then all of a sudden, I had this dream, more of a nightmare, but I was walking in the woods. Not in the woods. We were kind of walking like off like the countryside with her, the friend of mine who read the tarot cards. And we were just walking on the countryside, and then all of a sudden it turned from day to night, like all of a sudden.
Okay.
And then I just remember being really scared because
Okay.
of the shift I didn't understand. And then we're in the woods, so like we kind of shifted into like another realm all of a sudden.
Right.
And then in the corner of the woods, I saw like this really tall black figure, and it had no face. And it was very slender and tall, and it was kind of like cloaked, very scary. And I remember it like running towards us.
Okay.
And I just remember like curling up into a ball from fear. But I also remember her yelling some stuff at it, like telling it to kind of just like, I don't know what she was saying, but whatever she
Like,
said,
leave you guys alone.
he like just disappeared all of a sudden.
Oh.
And
So
then
she was
at
with
that
you in the
moment,
dream?
she was with me in the dream because we were walking together the
Okay.
whole way, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden we're in the woods and this happens.
And so then she said some stuff and it disappeared.
Yeah, so then she like put her hand out and started to like yell some stuff at
Oh,
it,
you better work.
and it disappeared.
Save my life, please.
Oh my God.
I
and then
mean,
what?
honestly, this is a person that I've known for a minute. Like, I never had any bad intentions or vibes from her. She's
Juju,
always been
yeah.
a really sweet girl.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't expect anything else but protection from her at that
Okay.
moment. So it was really cool. And then, you know, obviously it's a dream. You're not making anything of it. But I wake up from that fear. And all of a sudden, I woke up and I see that black figure is standing
Bitch.
at the bar, like,
Bitch.
on my feet at
Bitch.
the bed.
Bitch.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Bitch. I would have
I
died.
don't know what's happening at this point, if I'm still dreaming or not, but I swear I woke up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I sat up because I
I've
was
been
so
through that.
scared. And all of a sudden, I see it standing like at the bottom of my bed.
Oh my God.
And at that moment, I just pulled the covers over my head, and
Yeah.
I guess I just fell asleep. Next day,
Uh-huh.
I go to work, and I'm just like, I need to get to work, and I need to tell her what happened.
What the fuck
Yeah.
happened? Yeah.
Oh my God. I get to work, and I see my friend, and before I get a chance to even like tell her, she reached out to me and she was like, I had a dream about you last night. Like, you were in my dream.
Uh-huh.
And I literally got goosebumps. Because I was going to
Okay.
tell her, like, yo, I had a dream yesterday. You were
And then how did her
protecting
dream
me.
go?
And that's what she told me. She told me that she was protecting me from something in her dream. She said, I don't know what it
Bitch.
was, but I was protecting you from something. So she told me that, you know, this, whatever it was, I was protecting you from it in my dream. And I was so freaked out because we hadn't even talked about it. Like, I didn't even get a
So
chance.
she
I literally
had
woke
the
up.
same dream as you, except in her point of view,
Yeah.
basically.
And she was protecting me from something.
Oh my god.
It was really scary. I didn't know. Well, I didn't even want to pursue it. My mom always told me, like, whenever you have dreams, just wake up and don't even think about it.
Okay.
But then we ended up moving out of our apartment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because at that time we were in the middle of, like, moving into our new place and it was just being remodeled. So then for the time being, we had to stay at my grandmother's house.
Okay.
So I remember one night we went to bed and my grandmother has like a 2-bedroom apartment. My grandfather had his own room. My uncle had his own room. And my grandmother usually sleeps on like the couch in the living room.
Okay.
Yeah, it turns into a bed. So then she like would have us, you know, all laid out like a sleepover style in the living room. We made do with what we could. It
At
was
the
nice.
time,
I
you do
loved
what you
it.
have to do. You
Yeah,
know what I
it was
mean?
like a nice little family sleepover.
Yeah.
But one night, my mom woke up in the middle of the night to a black figure
Bitch.
The same one.
walking into the hallway.
Sneaking into the hallway?
Just walking in the hallway, going back and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah.
She said she got up to go look, and my uncle was in his bed. My grandpa was in his bed, and my dad was sleeping on the bed next to her.
No.
Now, I want to tell you, my mom is a very, very religious person. She does not
One would
believe in
say.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, for her to actually see it herself,
That's trippy.
it was
Yeah.
very... And I'm just wondering, like, was that the same...
Yeah, like the same one from your dream.
Yeah, the same
could have been,
demon,
dude.
or
It really
like
could have
what?
been.
I never understood what it was. But after that, I had a lot of crazy stuff happening in my life, and so did that person.
The one that did the
And,
reading.
Yeah, I remember she ended up just like going to church, and they burned her cards and stuff. Like, I don't know what she was doing.
Oh my god, I think I
But
remember
she
you
had
said
an
that.
experience. Yeah, they pushed. She said she was alone in her house and she was coming down the stairs, and someone or something pushed her down the stairs and was like attacking her in her house.
Bitch!
It was just very
Not in my house.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, that was my experience.
Oh my god.
I didn't really have anything after that too much.
Thank God.
Yeah, we ended up moving out of my grandma's house, and my mom probably said some prayers and stuff.
Yeah, and then
was
shoot
all
the
good.
bitch away. She was like, "Be gone."
Yes.
Be on, demon.
Yeah.
Damn. And
So,
so,
yeah.
what happened to the girl?
Oh, she ended up becoming like Pentecostal.
Oh.
She like changed religions and stuff. So
Yeah. But no, what happened to her? What didn't some
Quick
stuff
question.
happen to her?
yeah, she was pushed down the stairs by some entity.
What else?
She was hearing like yelling and voices all the time.
Ah.
That's
Yeah.
fun. Anything else?
Yeah, my mom, she used to have these friends from our church growing up where like they had encountered some experiences, and she actually had this gift, a talent, if you will,
Okay.
where she would see dreams,
Yeah.
and these dreams would come true. Like she would end up seeing something in
I
her
know what you're
vision of like
talking
something
about.
happening to someone, and she would wake up, go tell them this is gonna happen, and then a few days later it would literally happen.
Yeah, yeah. I'm aware of people
Yeah,
like that.
very scary. Yeah, she had all these relics and stuff in her house.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was conjuring something or praying to something, but
Okay. That's
she
trippy.
said that she would see like figures walking around her house every day. One day
'Cause she
she was
opened
watching
the door.
TV and she saw this a fist come out of the wall,
Shut
punch
up,
her in the
stop.
head, And apparently she started having, I'm laughing, but like apparently it's pretty sad.
I mean,
she
yeah.
started having migraines and stuff because of that.
That's
and then
So
like
it
she would
fucked
look
her up in
out
the
the
head.
window.
He said, "Booyaka!"
Yeah, they lived on like the 8th floor or something, and like she looked out the window and she saw someone walking parallel up the wall of the apartment. You know, it's not just like a sight you see every day.
Right.
Someone
You're
walking
like-
up the wall. What are you, Spider-Man? But
Spider pig.
yeah, these kinds of stuff are, I feel like, you know, these kinds of experiences could happen to anyone. The amount of power you give to it,
Yeah.
obviously, like,
Feeds it like the energy or whatever. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for
joining us.
sharing.
oh, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
it's been so cute.
That was actually really trippy, honestly.
That one, I
Could you,
know.
bitch? Imagine you just going down the stairs, and
Oh.
then that's
Fucked her right up. Boom, boom.
boom, boom, headache.
And,
Yeah.
Yes, so
You know?
blessings to your friend.
Yeah.
And blessings
I
to
hope she's doing well.
I'm sure she
You know,
is.
she's alive. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
you
Well,
know how about
hopefully.
I hope.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. That brings us to the end
Yes.
of today's
No.
episode. Episode 7
Yes.
of Gays and Ghosts.
I'll
Yes.
be back.
I'm sure you will, you know, it's fine. You might join us in our finale
Very
episode.
inviting.
Oh my god! If we can get as many people together,
For the finale. Well, the finale episode is... Oh, I'm not going to say anything.
I was
about
about to be like,
it. Yeah, no, it's top secret.
yes.
Will there be food?
Possibly.
I'll be
It's your
there.
place.
Oh, welcome.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it.
So, yes, thank you so much for joining us tonight,
Yes.
Petros.
Thank you
It's been a
guys.
Thank
Good luck
you.
with the podcast.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. This has been loads of fun.
Oh, I had a great time. Thank you.
Oh, always
Thank
a
you for
good
hearing my
special
story.
Oh,
Oh my
thanks
god!
for
Absolutely.
sharing.
Thank you for sharing.
And I would just like to say gracias,
En la
Cara
casa.
Rivar, and
Azul.
Escuela, and Es Azul.
I love it. Well, we shall have another episode next week, of
I
course.
guess this is
episode
good
8.
night.
Yes, it's good night for now. But yes, join us next week again for a new session.
Yes.
Every week, of course.
Duh.
So thank you again, Petros.
Oh, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Of course, my name's Peter.
I'm Arthur.
And you've been gagged. Mwah.
Mwah.
Thank you so much for tonight.
Toodles.
Toodaloo.